Hey everybody, it's Matt here with RedBirdAuto. So, I come to you today, maybe a little unhappy. We got the truck and the cars and everything out of storage. Unfortunately, there's something wrong with the truck. Low oil pressure. Let me show you what I mean. So I drove it all the way into Saskatoon, and kind of really didn't think anything of it until I got parked, as you will see. Yeah, that's like 5-6 psi of idle oil pressure, hot idle. So it seems to me that maybe we have a problem. So I'm going to put a manual gauge on the engine to see if I can verify that maybe it's just a sensor that's no good. If that isn't the case, then we have bigger problems that we have to address. So let me show you what I've got. So here's what I've come up with to check. That's an oil pressure sensor socket. Really handy to have. Got a pressure gauge here, adapter to go from the LS oil sensor unit thread to 1/4 inch NPT. So we'll use that, and then I've got this pre-made hydraulic hose. Found it at Princess Auto for like $15, 4 feet, 1/4 inch NPT on each end, and then I just got a little fitting there, you know, where the gauge. We'll do that. All right. So if you've ever done a oil pressure sensor on one of these vehicles with the engine in, you know that it's a bit of a pain in the ass. It's hiding way back behind here, so I've got to kind of use the force to feel out where the sensor is. Put this socket on it. Hopefully that fits. And it does. Every hose that's ever been made is in the way. Okay, I think maybe that'll work. Nope, doesn't want to go in there. Oh. Let's try this. Okay, well when that doesn't work, you get a U-joint. Easy, easy, easy. Just gotta break a bunch of stuff, and then you'll be good. And there's your sensor. Now I did put a new sensor in this when I built the engine, so I am pretty fearful that this isn't the problem, but we will find out. Okay, let's invent something here. So like I said, this is just a hydraulic hose. I shouldn't do that, probably makes the camera jump. Just a hydraulic hose from Princess Auto. If you don't know what Princess Auto is, it's Harbor Freight for Canadians. Same spectacular Chinese garbage for reasonable prices. So, okay. So I guess we'll put this one on this one. Now this is National Pipe Thread, NPT. I don't know if it needs the tape, but for the 2 seconds that it takes to do it, why wouldn't you? So we'll just put a little bit of magic white tape on there. Pro tip, if you're ever doing Teflon tape, hold the fitting in your right hand and wrap this way. That way, when you go to thread on your fitting, you don't rip the tape off. A little pro tip for you there. Grab your nearest Oklahoma speed wrenches because I'm too lazy to figure out which size all these are. And we'll just tighten them all up. I'm hoping I'll be able to get a wrench down in there to tighten this onto the engine. Otherwise, it might be a little hooped. But we shall see. The adapter's done. So now we just got to put the gauge on the end. Or the gauge, if you are an AVE fan, as I am. My wife hates his interesting interpretation of the English language. I think it's charming. He's like a modern-day Shakespeare. Get that. By the way, this came on 2 1/4-inch males on each end of this hose, so I just got a little coupler. Let's put the gauge in the end like that. And then we'll try to get this on the engine. We'll fire it up, and we will quickly see our fate. I really, really don't want to pull this motor apart right now, because I want to do other things. I've got a differential sitting, waiting to be installed in this truck. So I'd rather do that than bugger around with an engine. But we shall see what's going to happen here. Put the gauge on the floor. That's tight enough. The German torque spec of good and tight. And there you go. Manual oil pressure gauge. Dirt cheap. Ultra effective. Let's go put it on the truck. Now, thread this down on here. Oh, this is a pain in the butt, is what this is. Well, there goes the washer off the end. Wonder if I can retrieve that. Alrighty. We will reconnect this fuel. Get that out of my mouth so I can speak. Reconnect the fuel pressure sensor. Now, I busted this map sensor off. Oops. But I'll just jam it in here. I'm not too worried about it because I'm going to be replacing this intake with a TBSS. And I don't even use this map sensor, honestly. It's got the, you know, the Holley's got its built-in sensor. So I'm using that, but I just put it in here for, you know, shits and giggles. Alright, well, let's see what we get. You can see that? Let's have a shot. Yeah, that doesn't look very good. That is not encouraging at all. Yeah, no bueno. All right, everybody. Well, as you saw, worst case scenario confirmed. It is basically sitting on the 0 mark at idle. When you rev it up, you get at about 20 psi, which is about what the gauge is showing in the cab. So I think that's working okay. I've got a new sensor on the way for it anyway, from lowdollarmotorsports.com, because they make some good stuff. And I wanted to rule out the sensor being the problem, but I think I just did that with this gauge. So that kind of sucks. I don't know what we're gonna do. I guess pull the front cover off and check the oil pump, make sure that the relief valve isn't open or something, and it's bypassing all the oil. Don't know what else to check. Check the relief spring, I guess. Oil pump, pickup tube, the O-ring. I did replace that O-ring when I built the motor, and it's been okay, but maybe there's a problem now. I don't know. And worst case scenario, we go get another junkyard engine and throw it in here, real sloppy like, and I don't know. Kind of sucks. So stay tuned. Won't be doing anything else today, but perhaps I can figure something out and we'll come back to you and we'll keep you updated on the saga of the OBS. So until then, have a nice day.